Hi everyone, this is Alice from Niche. I'm just going to show you how to measure up for one of our Roman blinds. So I've picked this window, that's one of our ones in our office. As you can see, the walls aren't quite straight, they do have a little bit of a curve to them, so it's a really good example of how to measure for a bit of an unusual shaped window. So let's get started. So I've got my tape measure here. So the best idea is to measure right at the top across, in the middle and at the bottom, and then top to bottom in 3 places as well. And this gives us the best overall shaping for your window. Now, a lot of the time your window will tilt in, and we do have some windows where it starts off at say 110 at the top and then goes down to 115 at the bottom. When in that case, we tend to take the smallest measurement because obviously our seamstresses have to make the blind square. So we tend to work off the smallest measurement, but sometimes there's a little bit of wiggle room, and especially with the fabric being a centimetre wider than the actual solid metal track, it gives you that little bit of wiggle room. So in this case, what we would do is we'd get our blind, our tape measure, and hold it like that, and you can see that I'm right across the middle one, and that's actually measuring 117 centimetres, 0.5 there. So we work to a half a centimetre tolerance for the girls. Just obviously all of our blinds are handmade, so there is a little bit of a wiggle room and you have to account for the human error in it. So once you've done that and measured the 3 places down and the 3 places across, the next question we're going to ask you is if you want a right or a left hand chain and how long you want your chain to be as well. So the easiest way to measure for this is just to go up to the corner here and measure down to what's a comfortable level for you to reach. Now, depending if your blind is over a worktop, you might want your chain considerably longer, or if you are quite a short person, you might want it longer. If you have kids in the house, you might want it a bit shorter. Obviously, all of our blinds do come with the child regulations, so we have 3 different mechanisms for child safety, but it's nice to have the extra option. So once you've measured for your chain length and decided if you want it on the right or the left hand side, it really just does depend which one's naturally more comfortable for you to reach. Sometimes as well, if you've got a piece of furniture in the way, you might want to go for the opposite side. And the last question we will ask you is if you want chrome or brass chain. The chrome is quite shiny, but it does work really well with anything sort of silvery based, and we tend to recommend that you match it to your window latches and any of the fittings that you've got in the room. And that's it. So once we've got your measurements across, what we will then do is get your costing sorted out and then just go from there. And then normally about 4 to 6 weeks you'll have a beautiful Roman blind. This one, we like to confuse everybody, isn't actually on a chain, it's on a motor. So we have this lovely little remote here, and if I just press that, it will start coming down. So this is an option we do as well, motorised blinds, and it's great for if you've got windows that are tricky to get to. So say on the top of the stairs, or if you have more than one window in a room as well, it's great. So as you can see, it's just coming down there, and we will stop it in a sec. There we go. So that's another option that we do. So yeah, if you send us across your measurements, we can get you a quote sorted out and then get back to you. And in no time at all, you'll have one of our beautiful handmade Roman blinds. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.